Good morning. In the previous lecture, we talked about p-type of semiconductor, how to construct p-type of semiconductor, then the energy band diagram picture of p-type of semiconductor. After that, the charge neutrality of p-type of semiconductor, and finally we talked about the electrical conductivity of p-type of semiconductor. That completes the types of semiconductors. The next article is p-n junction diode and its VI characteristics. So let us start to move to the next article, p-n junction diode and its VI characteristics. p-n junction diode and its VI characteristics. We have to first construct p-n junction diode. p-n junction, p type of semiconductor, n type of semiconductor, connect them together. This is p type of semiconductor, this is n type of semiconductor, they are connected here. Here a junction is formed. This junction is formed between p type of semiconductor and n type of semiconductor. This junction is known as p-n junction. P acts as positive electrode because it has positive free charge carriers. N type of semiconductor acts as negative electrode because it has negatively charged electrons as free charge carriers, and therefore this structure is known as p-n junction diode. Diode corresponding to the device which has two electrodes. Diode is the device corresponding to two electrodes. One is positive electrode, other is negative electrode. And because of this positive and negative electrodes, there are chances of a flow of current. Let us first see how this p-n junction diode is constructed. You may first consider n type of semiconductor or p type of semiconductor. You know how to construct n type of semiconductor. You also know how to construct n type of semiconductor. We have idea about construction of n type and p type of semiconductors. Let us suppose that here I have a chip of n type of semiconductor. Here I have a chip of n type of semiconductor which has free electrons. we have this as N type of semiconductor. Now, let us consider trivalent impurity. We have used gallium as trivalent impurity. Indium is also there, aluminum is also there. You can go for any trivalent impurity. Let us suppose that any of the trivalent impurity material is mounted somewhere here. This will be the trivalent material. This will be the trivalent material. After this trivalent material is placed on the N type of semiconductor, this portion is heated. This portion is heated continuously till this material gets melt and this material also gets melt. This is heated so that this portion will be melted. After melting, what will happen? The atoms of trivalent impurity will be inserted into the atoms of this N type of semiconductor crystal structure. And after melting, this is allowed to cool. As the cooling is allowed of the melted material, there will be a readjustments of the atoms of gallium, any trivalent impurity material and the N type of semiconductor material. After cooling, the atoms of gallium and the semiconductor, the atoms of trivalent material and the N type of semiconductor readjust so that this will be the N type of material, this will be the P type of material. The upper portion of this semiconductor will be melted form, and so atoms of this trivalent impurity get diffused into this material and they adjust in the crystal structure of the semiconductor. As they get adjusted into the crystal of semiconductor, what will happen? N type material has donor impurity, that is pentavalent impurity. This upper portion or this part will have trivalent impurity, which is acceptor impurity. Because of acceptor impurity atoms present in this portion, holes will be created here and electrons will be created here, and this will be the junction. This will be the junction between N type of semiconductor and P type of semiconductor. This portion will have large number of free electrons. This portion will have large number of free holes. And this is junction between N and P type of semiconductor. This structure, this crystal structure is known as PN junction diode. This type of crystal structure is known as PN junction diode. and this p-n junction diode may be represented this way. N type of semiconductor, P type of semiconductor, PN junction, that is junction between P type and N type. So it is PN junction. What is N type of semiconductor is having free electrons. What is there? A plus sign embedded in a circle, plus sign in a circle, plus sign in a circle, plus sign in a circle. All these plus sign in a circle corresponding to immobile positive ions due to donor impurity. What is this? These circles, these small circles are holes, and what are these circles having negative sign inside? These are N type has free electrons and these are immobile positive ions due to donor impurity. P type has free holes and these are immobile negative ions due to acceptor impurity. When no electrical potential is applied to this, what will happen? Immobile positive ions cannot move from their place. Immobile negative ions cannot move from their place. because they are fixed in the crystal structure of the semiconductor material. So this side is negative because of presence of large number of free electrons. This side is positive because of presence of large number of free holes. If we consider the n side as a whole, number of electrons will be equal to number of immobile positive ions. So it will be actually neutral. No charge will be there. P type has large number of free holes. These large number of free holes will be equal to number of immobile negative ions, and therefore net charge on p type of semiconductor will also 0. But these negatively charged free electrons in n type and positively charged free holes in p type get attracted towards each other. These electrons attract hole towards itself. These holes attract these electrons towards itself, and therefore what will happen? These electrons will cross the junction and will get recombined with this hole. This electron will get recombined with this hole. This electron get recombined with this hole. This electron will get recombined this hole. After recombination of the hole and electron, it will be neutral. So these electrons will be disappeared, these holes will be disappeared. Now, in the vicinity of the junction, now p side has immobile negative ions and n side has immobile positive ions. So this will behave as a positive field, negative field, this will behave as a positive field. As this is behaving as a negative electric field, this is behaving as positive electric field. If this electron is try to cross the junction and enter into p type, this negative electric field does not allow any of these electrons to cross the junction and enter into p type. The electrons which are trying to cross the junction and enter into p type will be repelled by this negative field. Any of these holes from p type try to cross the junction and enter into n type will be repelled by the positive field formed by these immobile positive charges. And now this portion of the diode is depleted of free charge carriers. This region is not having free electrons or free holes. This region is known as depletion region. This region is known as depletion region. Why depletion region? It is depleted of free charge carriers. No free charge carrier present in this region. One thing. Second thing, this region does not allow electrons from n type or holes from p type to cross this junction and enter into the other semiconductor. It is not allowed by this region, and therefore we call this region as depletion region. This depletion region forms a barrier, an obstacle for movement of electrons from n type to p type, for movements of holes from p type to n type. And therefore, this region is also known as barrier region. It is also known as barrier region because this region acts as a barrier, an obstacle for further movement of electrons from n side to p side and holes from p side to n side. It is not allowed. This region will act as a barrier. You can draw the energy band diagram for this barrier region or this depletion region. It is of this type. If this is the energy axis, the holes are present in the valence band, electrons are present in the conduction band. This much gap is there in the energy of holes on p side, electrons on n side. This energy is also known as barrier energy. And you may call this as barrier energy hill. Barrier energy hill. That is, the holes have to move from this energy to this energy, then only they can cross the junction and move to the other side. This is because of this depletion region or barrier region. It does not allow further movement of the negative charges to move from n side to p side and the positive charges to move from p side to n side. If we want this to happen, the charge carriers have to receive energy greater than or equal to this energy hill. If the charge carriers get energy greater than or equal to this energy hill, electrons can freely move from n type to p type crossing the junction. Holes can freely move from p type to n type crossing the junction. The potential provided for this purpose is known as barrier potential. So, we need to apply a potential equal to barrier potential, then only there is further motion of electrons from n to p side and holes from p to n side is possible. If we do not provide energy equal to this potential barrier, energy equal to the height of the energy hill, barrier energy hill, there is no further motion of these free charge carriers. This much energy for germanium is about 0.3 volt and it is about 0.7 volt for silicon. If this diode is made up of germanium, this width, this is the width of depletion region. This width of depletion region will be equal to 0.3 volt for germanium diode. This height of the barrier potential will be equal to 0.3 volt for germanium diode. If this diode is constructed using silicon semiconductor, this width of the depletion region will be equal to 0.7 volt. This height of the barrier energy hill will be equal to 0.7 volt. So, if we provide 0.3 volt in the opposite direction, so that repulsion of electrons because of immobile negative charge, immobile negative ions, and repulsion of the free holes because of immobile positive ions will be cancelled, will overcome because of application of this energy in germanium, because of application of this energy in silicon semiconductor diode, the opposition will overcome. As opposition is overcome, electrons can freely go from n type to p type, and holes can easily go from p type to n type. If we do not provide these energies, then the diode will not be conducting, p-n junction diode will not be conducting. This depletion region will not allow the free charge carriers to cross the depletion region and go to the other side, producing the electric current. It does not allow. This is about rough idea of construction of diode and formation of depletion region at the p-n junction. The barrier energy hill in the form of energy band diagram or the barrier region. p-n junction diode is electrically used in many devices because it is very important semiconductor device used in almost all electronic circuits. And there are two ways of using the p-n junction diode in electronic circuits. One method is known as use of diode in forward bias or forward bias of diode and reverse bias of diode. Let us see what is this forward bias of diode and reverse bias of diode. Before that, whenever we draw circuit diagram, we are not going to draw these things. We are not going to show these electrons in n type and these positive immobile ions. We are not going to show the free holes in p type and the immobile negative ions in p type. Instead of using this structure in any circuit diagram, we shall use some schematic symbol, some characteristic symbol to represent a p-n junction diode, and the symbol used for this purpose is this one. This symbol is always used to represent a p-n junction diode in any circuit. This picture is not shown for the p-n junction diode. Instead, this symbol is used for p-n junction diode. This is a vertical line connecting the arrowhead. What is this? This is the arrowhead and this is the vertical line. The arrowhead meets the vertical line here. It is corresponding to n type of semiconductor and this is corresponding to p type of semiconductor. Whenever you see the arrowhead is representing the N type of semiconductor, and back of the arrowhead is representing P type of semiconductor. So whenever you see this symbol in any circuit diagram, you have to understood that this is a PN junction diode, this is corresponding to P type of semiconductor, this is corresponding to N type of semiconductor. So instead of drawing these things, instead of drawing this picture, let us use this symbol for PN junction diode and use this symbol to study the forward bias and reverse bias of a PN junction diode. Let me draw the circuit diagrams. two circuit diagrams are drawn. First circuit diagram, second circuit diagram. First circuit diagram is drawn for forward bias of PN junction diode. Second circuit diagram is drawn for reverse bias of PN junction diode. PN junction diode is always used in forward bias. PN junction diode is never used in reverse bias. PN junction diode is always used in forward bias because it is beneficial for us to use the PN junction diode in forward bias. PN junction diode is never used in reverse bias. Before going to study working of PN junction diode in forward bias, working of PN junction diode in reverse bias, let us first understand what is meaning of forward bias of PN junction diode and what is meaning of reverse bias of PN junction diode. What is done in forward bias? This is variable power supply with positive terminal, negative terminal with potential difference V. This is variable of this positive. This is the variable knob of this power supply. Positive of this is connected to, variable of this is connected to a resistance R. This resistance is used for protection of the diode. This resistance does not allow excess current to pass through this diode. This is the voltmeter with plus sign upward, minus sign downward to measure voltage coming across this PN junction diode. This is the millimeter with this positive terminal here, negative terminal here to measure the current flowing through the PN junction diode when it is in forward bias. This is P type, this is N type. N type of diode is connected to negative of the power supply, whereas P type is connected to positive of the power supply. Whenever P type side of PN junction diode is connected to positive terminal of power supply, positive terminal of battery, and N type semiconductor of the PN junction diode is connected to negative terminal of the power supply or negative terminal of the battery, it is said that the PN junction diode is connected in forward bias. PPNN, positive to P side, negative to N side. Positive terminal of the power supply or battery is always connected to P type of semiconductor. Negative terminal of the battery or power supply is always connected to N type of semiconductor of the PN junction diode. This type of circuit diagram is to study the IV characteristics of a PN junction diode in forward bias. So this is the circuit diagram for forward bias. This is the circuit diagram for reverse bias. What is changed in this circuit diagram from this circuit diagram? Everything is same except P type of this PN junction diode is connected to negative of the battery or negative of the power supply. That is, negative potential is given to P type semiconductor of the diode, PN junction diode, and N type semiconductor of the PN junction diode is connected to positive potential, connected to positive terminal of a battery or power supply. That is, in reverse bias, negative potential is given to P, positive potential is given to N. PPNN, forward bias, NPPN, NPPN, negative potential given to P type, positive potential given to N type, the diode will be in reverse bias. Let us first study the working of a diode in forward bias. You can vary the knob here, it is the variable knob. As you vary the knob, what will happen? The potential measured by the voltmeter coming across this diode is increasing slowly. Initially, this millimeter will not show any current. This is because the voltage read by this voltmeter will be smaller than the knee voltage. You may call this as the cut-in voltage. Whenever voltage measured by this voltmeter is smaller than cut-in voltage, smaller than the barrier potential, the barrier hill, there will not be flow of current through this diode, because this millimeter shows zero current. As soon as voltage shown by this voltmeter is equal to the barrier potential or the cut-in voltage, let me avoid the use of knee voltage here. Instead, let me call it cut-in voltage. Cut-in voltage, the voltage from where the diode starts conducting the current. So, whenever the voltmeter shows voltage across this diode is equal to cut-in voltage or equal to barrier potential, the millimeter starts showing current through the diode. As you increase the voltage, current through the diode is increasing continuously. What is happening when we apply the voltage in forward bias? When we apply forward bias, negative voltage is given to N type, positive voltage is given to P type. So, this side will become negative, this side will become positive, this negative side repels the electron. When force of repulsion exerted by this negative side on the electron is more than the barrier potential or barrier hill, the electrons will cross the depletion region, it will cross the junction and enter into the P region. At the same time, this positive side also exerts force of repulsion on these holes. If this force of repulsion exerted by this positive side is more than the barrier potential, the cut-in voltage, the holes will cross the junction and enter into N type. When negative side is repelling electrons, at the same time positive side attracting the electrons. When positive side repelling the holes from it, away from it, at the same time negative side is attracting the holes. And therefore, when we increase the forward voltage slowly, more and more number of electrons and holes will cross the junction and enter into the opposite region. Electrons will enter into the P region, holes will enter into the N region, and there will be recombination of the charge carriers. The holes may get discharged at they may get discharged or may get neutralized at the N type. N type means negative side, the electrons get discharged, the electrons get neutralized, recombined with the holes here at the positive side. Through the external circuit, the current will be only due to electrons. Current will not flow due to holes. Holes will only assist to flow more and more electrons from N side to P side. When we say that holes from P type enters into N type, it is meaning that electrons from N type are entering into P type. Where from these electrons are coming? These electrons are apart from the free electrons. These electrons are coming out from the valence band of the semiconductor atoms, because they receive energy, and the energy received by them, whenever it is more than their binding energies in the covalent bond, it will become free. Okay, and the holes will seem to be moving in this direction, the electrons will move in this direction. So indirectly the holes are assisting more and more electrons to flow from N type to P type, and current will be shown by this milliammeter. This current is increasing continuously as you apply more and more voltage to the semiconductor diode. Semiconductor diode has some important parameters. Its resistance in forward bias, its maximum current carrying capacity. We have to read these things from the manufacturing sheet of the diode. The manufacturers of this PN junction diode provides this information about the PN junction diode. And keeping these things in mind, the current rating, the resistance of the diode in forward bias, keeping these things in mind, we have to apply the forward voltage to the diode such that the diode will be working safely. We are not going to exceed the current rating or power rating of the diode specified by its manufacturer. Now let us come to the reverse bias. When we apply reverse bias, this side will be positive, this will be negative. What will happen because of this? This side is negative, so holes will be attracted back. This side is positive, electrons will be attracted back, and there will be widening of the depletion region. The depletion region starts becoming more and more and more wide. As the depletion region starts becoming more and more and more and more wide, the depletion region is increasing. As depletion region is increasing, holes are moving back towards the end of P type. Electrons are moving back to the end of N type. No electron, no hole is crossing the PN junction, is crossing the depletion region. Instead of narrowing the depletion region because of reverse bias, there will be widening of the depletion region. As you increase the reverse bias, the width of depletion region will go on increasing and increasing and increasing and increasing. And therefore, no electron or hole can cross the depletion region, and consequently there is no flow of current through the semiconductor diode when it is in reverse bias. One thing, P type has holes as majority charge carriers, electrons as minority charge carriers. N type has electrons as majority charge carriers, holes as minority charge carriers. For the minority charge carriers in this PN junction diode, the reverse bias is forward bias. For minority charge carriers, listen carefully. For minority charge carriers in P type and N type of a PN junction diode, the reverse bias is as good as forward bias, and therefore the minority charge carriers in N type, that is holes, will cross the depletion region. The minority charge carriers in P type, that is electrons, will cross the junction and enter into other region that will allow some current to flow through the reverse biased PN junction diode. But this current is negligibly small, ignorably small, very small, not measured by millimeter at all. I may need to replace millimeter bar by microammeter. If I replace millimeter by microammeter, even for larger value, the microampere is also not showing any current. The current shown may be very small, negligibly small, ignorably small. If you increase this voltage continuously, a stage will reach that there will be more and more widening of the PN junction, and after certain large value of reverse voltage applied to the PN junction diode, suddenly large amount of current starts flowing through the PN junction diode in reverse bias. The voltage at which suddenly very large current starts flowing through the reverse biased PN junction diode is known as breakdown voltage. And if breakdown occurs in the reversed biased PN junction, the junction is permanently damaged. Actually, the crystal structure of PN junction diode will be permanently damaged, and therefore PN junction diode is never used in breakdown. If PN junction diode is used in breakdown, the PN junction diode will be damaged permanently. It will not be used anymore for conduction in any electronic circuit, and therefore we have to always remember that the reverse voltage given to the PN junction diode should be always smaller than its PIV, peak inverse voltage. Peak inverse voltage. Whenever the diode is connected in reverse bias, it can withstand up to certain negative voltage. The maximum value of reverse bias voltage given to the PN junction diode is known as PIV, peak inverse voltage. If the reverse voltage exceeds the value PIV, there will be breakdown of the PN junction diode and it may get damaged permanently. And therefore, whenever PN junction diode is used in reverse bias, the reverse bias voltage should be always smaller than the peak inverse voltage. It should not be more than the peak inverse voltage. Otherwise, breakdown of the PN junction diode will occur in reverse bias and it may damage the PN junction diode permanently. How to draw the VI characteristics of PN junction diode? As per the working of PN junction diode, just we talked, we can draw the VI characteristics of a PN junction diode. What is meaning of VI characteristics of a PN junction diode? Meaning of VI characteristics of a PN junction diode is the graph between voltage and current of a p-n junction diode. This is x-axis, this is y-axis. Y-axis is always current axis, x-axis is always voltage axis. This is for forward bias, this is for reverse bias. This quadrant is used to show VI characteristics of the diode in forward bias. This quadrant is always used to show the VI characteristics of a p-n junction diode in reverse bias. So what we find, initially there is no flow of current through the diode when the voltage is increased up to this much value. After this we find that the current through the diode is increasing slowly the potential here is known as knee potential or knee voltage. Knee potential or knee voltage. It is the voltage in forward bias provided to the diode from where the current rises very rapidly. What about reverse bias? There is no current. Current is zero. This is the current axis. Okay, current is zero. Whenever this reverse voltage increases, the PIV breakdown may occur and suddenly the current will flow this way. These are VI characteristics of the p-n junction diode in forward bias. This is the VI characteristics of p-n junction diode in forward bias. This is the VI characteristics of p-n junction diode in reverse bias. p-n junction diode is never used in reverse bias because this voltage is breakdown voltage. And whenever a diode is operated in breakdown voltage, it will be damaged permanently, and therefore no p-n junction diode is used in reverse bias. It is always used in forward bias. These characteristics, these graphs, forward bias, the graphical relation between forward voltage and forward current, the graphical relation between reverse voltage and reverse current. This is VI characteristics of the diode in forward bias. This is VI characteristics of the diode in reverse bias. This is the VI characteristics of the p-n junction diode. This is about the VI characteristics of p-n junction diode. If you are asked to find the resistance of the diode in forward bias and resistance of the diode in reverse bias, you have to take the slope somewhere this way, and the resistance in forward bias REF may be equal to delta V divided by delta I, which will be very small. If you go to this, resistance up to here will be infinity because current flowing through the reversed bias diode is 0 up to breakdown voltage. After breakdown voltage, the current is rising suddenly. This line will be approximately parallel to the y-axis and the resistance will become 0 here. But the diode is damaged permanently, and therefore p-n junction diode is never used in reverse bias. It is always used in forward bias because it is beneficial in every electronic circuit. use of PN junction diode in forward bias is beneficial in every electronic circuit, and therefore PN junction diode is always used in forward bias, it is not used in reverse bias. This is about the PN junction diode construction, everything up to its VI characteristics. I have explained each and every point needed for PN junction diode. Hope you understood. Watch the video carefully, listen the things explained carefully, so that you will very clear about the PN junction diode, its construction, working, its VI characteristics, etc., etc. Hope you got it. Thank you.